Hello to my friends, both near and far. I am Ashley with the National Portrait Gallery, and I want to welcome everyone to another edition of our awesome program called Introducing, where we share the stories of the people who have helped shape the United States through our portraits. Now, today I am incredibly excited because we are going to talk about this awesome portrait of trailblazing transgender rights activist Sylvia Rivera by the artist Louise Carl from the year 2000. In this portrait, Sylvia is sitting in the middle, and she has dark hair and glasses, and she is surrounded by her partner Julia Murray on the right and her friend Christina Hayworth on the left. Now, in this portrait, they're sitting next to a monument at a park. So they're outside. So this picture was taken during Pride Weekend in the year 2000. Now, Pride Weekend is something that happens all over the world during the month of June. Now, Pride Weekend basically is various outdoor events and parades that celebrate people of different genders, people who are non-binary, transgender, celebrates people who are gay, lesbian, bisexual, and so forth. Now, one of the most important parts about Pride Weekend is that it celebrates community. Now, community, which in Spanish is comunidad, is a group of people who live in the same place or share something special in common. Now, community can also mean, or comunidad can also mean a feeling of belonging or connection with others that share the same values as you. Sylvia Rivera spent a very long time fighting for the rights of the people in her community, especially non-binary or transgender people. Now, Sylvia Rivera's legacy also includes fighting and advocating for people who are homeless, particularly homeless youth in New York City. Now, Sylvia Rivera was born in New York City to parents of Puerto Rican and Venezuelan descent. Now, growing up was really hard for Sylvia, and it took her a really long time to find a place to belong. But she did manage to find a community when she joined the Gay Rights Activist Alliance when she was 18 years old. Now, the Gay Activists Alliance staged protests and fought against unfairness and the violation of civil rights that many gay people were experiencing at the time. Now, however, after a while of being in the group, Sylvia Rivera felt that they were actually excluding people of color and also transgender individuals from participating in their efforts, and also when they could participate, their efforts were being erased from history. So Sylvia Rivera decided to leave and create a new group with her friend and fellow transgender activist, Marsha P. Johnson. Now, together, the two of them created something called the Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries Group, aka STAR, which is an organization for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender people of color to come and discuss the issues that mattered most to them. Now, Sylvia and Marsha wanted to create a space through STAR for their community, right? So for their comunidad to feel safe and welcome. Now, when speaking about STAR, Sylvia said, she said, Marsha and I decided it was time to help each other and to help our kids. Now, in this case, kids refers to the young people in their community. Now, Sylvia said that, through STAR, they fed and they clothed people. They kept the building going. Now, one thing that's really important to point out is that when Sylvia Rivera created Star with Marsha P. Johnson, she was only 19 years old. She's very young. And even after creating Star, Sylvia Rivera spent the next 30 years fighting for civil rights for gay and transgender people, and she did it until the day she passed. Now, this photograph of Sylvia Rivera is very interesting because she's sitting. Now, why do you think she's sitting? Why do you think the three people in the portrait are sitting? You know what? I think they actually may have been in a march or possibly protesting something. You want to know why I think this? Because there is a sign on the bottom left side of the portrait. Now, this sign says, "Respect trans people / men." So maybe they're walking around this park with this sign to protest and to speak out for the rights of transgender people, and maybe they were taking a break when they were creating this photograph. Now, one of the things I also want to point out about this portrait that I love so much is that Sylvia, Christina, and Julia are holding hands. All hands are intertwined. Now, I don't know about you, but I tend to hold hands with the people that I care about and love very, very much. And I think that these two women on the sides of Sylvia Rivera were a very important part of her community. Now, who are the people in your community that you love and you care about? I think that we're all a part of one community, right? Whether that be our neighborhoods, our schools, church, or even the hobbies that we choose. We're all a part of some community, even if, like Sylvia Rivera, we have to create that community ourselves. And that's okay. Now, unfortunately, we've reached the end of this week's Introducing. We hope to see you back next week for a new story.